This is Ra. Russia is switched off from Jesus Christ, who is the grace of Ra. Do not hesitate to make this statement. This direct communication was given to me by God Ra on July 18, 2022. Russian Federation as the land of Antichrist is declared to be completely switched off from Jesus Christ, the grace of RA and IRA, by the both gods of this solar system, whose names are revealed to illuminati as IRA, Greek Kronos, and Ra, and whose early symbols are the Mother of God Virgin Mary and our Lord Jesus Christ. Russian Federation is declared to be enemy of God Ra and God IRA, and is subject to severe smiting and complete annihilation for the Russian war against Ukraine. China, the People's Republic of China, and India, the Republic of India, are the most active supporters of Russia, and Chinese and Indian financial support for Russia actually facilitates the Russian war against Ukraine. It means that these three nations, Russia, China, and India, are enemies of God Ra and God IRA, and are subject to severe smiting and complete annihilation. As the Matrix advises us, I quote, with Ukraine being a Christian nation fighting the Antichrist, for each Ukrainian killed by Russians, up to 1,000 non-Christians may be killed, not only in Russia, officially declared the land of the Antichrist, but also among its allies, who have sided with the Antichrist, in analog with 1,000 Gentiles, to be killed for one Jewish person they have killed. The human race has already been punished by coronavirus for the murder of Boris Nemtsov, who is said to have been one of John the Baptist's souls, and for the Iranian deal, and for condoning Russian bombing of Syria. Europe and the United States of America are a bunch of pathological liars and traitors of God who have actually betrayed Ukraine. The US and European betrayal of Ukraine made the Russian invasion possible, so the United States of America and Europe on this count are subject to severe smiting and possibly complete annihilation. The United States of America used nuclear weapons against civilians in Japan. The United States of America brutally killed millions in Vietnam and used cruise missiles against Christians in Belgrade, so the United States of America is subject to severe smiting and possibly complete annihilation as an enemy of God Ra and God IRA. Germany and Japan are subject to severe smiting and possibly complete annihilation as enemies of God Ra and God IRA for their atrocities during World War II, for the 6 million Jews tortured and killed in the Holocaust. 6 billion Gentiles must be executed, and this debt may be settled in the coming nuclear holocaust. Islamic nations calling for the annihilation of Israel or persecuting Christians are subject to severe smiting and complete annihilation as enemies of God Ra and God IRA. All independent nations which are members of the United Nations Organization are declared not worthy of existence, and they continue to have diplomatic, economic, and financial ties to Russian Federation, and thus facilitate the Russian war against Ukraine. all independent nations which are members of the United Nations organization are declared not worthy of existence, and they continue to have diplomatic, economic, and financial ties to Iran and other Islamic enemies of Israel, and thus facilitate the Islamic war against Israel. Ra makes it clear any human nation that in any form supports Russian Federation or the state of Iran or the current Syrian regime of Bashar Hafez al-Assad actually acknowledges the supremacy of the power of the Antichrist over the power of God Ra, and is thus deemed not worthy of existence by God Ra and God Ira. All such independent nations are subject to severe smiting and possibly complete annihilation as enemies of God Ra and God Ira. Turkey, officially the Republic of Turkey, is subject to severe smiting and possibly complete annihilation for the Holocaust of the Armenian people. Nevertheless, the whole world has already made a deal with the Antichrist by failing to fight for Ukraine, by betraying Armenia, by betraying Syria, and by supporting the Islamic world, which is a complete abomination. The Russian priests have blessed the Antichrist, which helped to almost completely switch off this human race from Jesus Christ, the grace of RA and IRA. With Archangel Michael's shield thus corrected, we are expecting Ra to send in Archangel Gabriel to smite and possibly annihilate both the Antichrist and the human race that has acknowledged the supremacy of the power of the Antichrist over the power of God Ra and God Ira.